This is a special podcast presentation from 700WLW.com. This is Casey Boland On Demand.
Casey Boland talks money. In this case, maybe you got out of college, your kid got out of college about 6 months ago. Guess what it's time for? Time to start repaying the loan. You got the sheepskin under your arm. Now, Casey Boland, the question is, you're out of college, you have the loans. What if you're not working yet? What are your options?
Boy, that's a good question. You may want to contact your lender and talk with them about that, because there are a number of unemployed, underemployed borrowers that it's time to start paying back those student loans because you have a 6-month window period of time. So you want to talk to them about different payment options and see if there are options you can pay back, maybe reduce payments, but it's likely you're going to need to pay back something.
Well, certainly if you reduce your payments over the life of the loan, you're going to be paying a lot more.
You will, but for some people, maybe based on the type of job they have, it may be that's the position they're in. So there's some payments that are based on income-driven repayment plans, and so that can reduce how much you're going to be paying. So also your loan payment may be capped at 10 to 15% of your discretionary income, depending on the plan.
And what counts as discretionary? I pay all my bills, my rent, my phone, all that. Is discretionary everything that's left, or do I take food out of that too? What's discretionary?
That's a good question, Mike. I'm not sure. A good website to look for that information would be studentaid.gov. And you're right, because I think you want to understand what the guidelines are to make sure that it's going to be something that works well within your budget. But, earlier you mentioned, what if that person, they can't make a payment? You may be able to defer your payment if you have a subsidized Stafford loan or Perkins loan. The government may pay the interest on the loan while the loan is in deferral based on economic hardship.
What about the idea of putting off the beginning to repay entirely, a forbearance?
Well, if you go under forbearance, and this is a program that allows you to temporarily postpone payments, it might be granted for 12 months at a time. It could be up to 3 years. You can do that. But the issue here is the qualifications to be able to do this aren't very stringent at all. But you have to remember, the interest is going to continue to accrue. If you get deferment, they're going to be paying it. But in forbearance, the interest is still going to be accruing. So if you have forbearance for 1 year, it's going to increase the interest over the life of your loan by more than 25%.
Whoa.
And if you take advantage of 3 years of forbearance, you're going to increase the interest over the life by more than 80%.
There are penalties to be paid.
There are, and so you have to make sure, one, that you start making those payments on time, but if you need help, don't be afraid to talk to your lender. They can help you understand the options you have to avoid a default or be delinquent.
Fair enough. All right, Casey Boland of Hanghold Capital Management, we thank you as always. It's coming up on 6 away from 9 o'clock and Sloaney time. Got to find out what he has coming up shortly. 700 WLW.